Just filing the ends. I did what I call a jelly tip, but it was a full, well, clear nail. And I used my hard gel as my adhesive. I think that's comparable to some of your other systems. I know that I'm not going to fill my own nails. In all the years I've done nails, I don't fill my own nails. So I decided to just do the the full nail tip. I'm left-handed, y'all, so I have to hold this with my right hand, or I sure can't do anything. I'm not ambidextrous at all, so I have to hold this hand still and move this hand. If you have a hand that you have a lot of coordination in, and when you don't, this is how I've always done it. I always just kind of hold it with my hand that I'm not the most dominant with, and then take the hand that I am and move it according to where I need to. I know it looks kind of funny, but that's what's worked for me. And if you know anything as you've been practicing nails, or as you start your journey in nails, you'll learn that what you hear, everybody isn't the gospel, or, 100% correct. Because everybody does things differently, and different systems work for different people. That's why there's so many systems. That's why there's so many different things, because people have a favorite. I have my favorite mayonnaise and ketchup, and I don't want to use anything else. And I'm sure there's plenty of other ones that are good, but I want my ketchup and my mayonnaise. So, do a little bit of buffing up before I put the gel polish on. These are my nails. I don't always do the same thing I would on a client. And if you're using your mannequin, your plastic can, you sure can't do some of this. But this is just a demo to give you the ground floor of the techniques of it. My class, I don't have anyone in my class that I'm concerned with their skill. They've just amazed me with their work, and I'm excited that our community is going to have so many really good nail techs working in our area. Well, there you go. I actually like that length better. But I am going to put me another nail on there. I'm going to use me a little bit of acetone, I think, to weaken this nail so I can put this tip back on. I'm sometimes too rough, and I know that's what'll do it, which I use my hard gel. Maybe the hard gel isn't what I should be using for that. I'll be right back, y'all. I got to grab this acetone. And I know the acetone will not keep it rough. It'll smooth it out, but I'm wanting to thin it just a little bit. It's kind of aggravating, isn't it? But I like to keep it real and not edit out those things that are going to be difficult for y'all to learn or do, or you panic. God, that looks so good. You panic when you're doing a client and you're like, I wasn't taught what to do when this happens, or what should I do here, or that kind of thing, you know. Well, that whole thing came off. You know what I did that I don't normally do? I usually use a base coat for that to make it adhere, and I used a hard gel, which does not need to have a nail on top of it. So we're going to see how this works. I've never done this, so I don't know. You don't know until you try. So turn on I've got my little, this is what I use for me when I'm doing for me, because it's one little black light, and I can stick one little finger up underneath it, and it'll do it without me having to put it completely and hold it and all that. So, okay, I'm gonna rough that just a little bit. And do a little, oops. Okay, babe, we got to turn you on. Sorry, y'all, I will probably edit this out because I know y'all don't want to sit here waiting. I like to do this. A little bump in the road. Okay, let's see. There we go. The little light came on. Okay. And so I've gotten the, actually, and that's what'll happen. See how it ran? That's why I flash cure stuff when I'm doing gel polish. See how it's run into that cuticle? I told y'all about this today. How that I flash cure for about 5 seconds usually when I'm using gel polish. So let's see if this will work for me here. That's a base coat. Okay. So I put it under that black light, LED light, for about 5 seconds to make sure there's no bump in it, no bubble in it, shall I say. Okay, so I got this. I'm going to end up doing it really quick because I need to get home. Those are shaped pretty good. I bet you they're going to come off because I use that hard gel. I'll let y'all know tomorrow because usually when I use the gel polish as my adhesive, it takes like, a whole month my nails will go and they won't be a problem. But I just think I just used the wrong thing as my adhesive, and I just needed to use the gel polish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do base coat. Okay. I need to move this light out of the way or it's going to start curing it. Okay, so y'all remember in class we talked about the style you're going to use to put your polish on and get the best coverage. And the thing I learned that works for me is to go halfway up and then kind of push it up towards the cuticle so it does not flood that cuticle. Okay, I'm going to flash cure that for a couple seconds. My light's out of the view of the camera. Just a few seconds so it won't run like I just ran when I was showing y'all that. And y'all know what? I am probably not going to edit this video. So if you need to fast forward through it because it just doesn't have what you need to know, I'm in a quick, see, I went all the way to the cuticle there. But I've recently learned going halfway up and then pushing it towards the cuticle really does work really well. It's like I've told you in class though, you know, it's not a tattoo. So it can be taken off, it can be changed, all those different things. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there real quick, kind of flash cure that. It needs to be in there for about 30 seconds, but I'm going to put that in there, and then I'm going to do this hand. Heaven help me with that one because I'm definitely left-handed, but so it's going to be kind of funny to watch, but we'll see. Okay, so let's get, I'm using the Cuccio Veneer, number 3 base, and the system. And so, I don't want it to be too thick. I'm telling y'all, this is not my dominant hand. I'm not good with this hand, especially trying to video and everything all at once. So, bear with me. Maybe it'll make you feel kind of included when you're doing yours to understand that even somebody with years of experience still struggles with some of the things they have to do. Especially when it's on myself. If I'm doing a client, it's completely different. I can hold them when they're facing me, and I can hold the two hands and do all the things I need to do. So it's going to probably look a little shoddy, but, you know, I need some pretty looking fingernails for class, and we're in the UV gel chapter. I think the new textbook we've got is chapter 18. We've got the Milady new textbooks we're really enjoying them. And so I'm going to do dark scarlet on these, which is a dark red. You see that? D&D. I like this product. Works really good. I hope it doesn't get too runny. You never know sometimes. I've been shutting down the shop so that I'll be teaching full time, and I'm definitely wanting to use this red. This looks like an old-timey red ornament to me is what it reminds me of, and I really like it. And I'm probably going to do a little gold and a little silver because I really do like to wear both types of jewelry, and I'll feel really weird if I just have the silver on my nails and gold jewelry and vice versa. So it's kind of the goal I'm looking for when we get done. So we'll see. We will see. When you play with that foil, it really does. You're just getting used to it. It's very light and airy, and you can do all kinds of... Will not be using these two. These are two that I got that I like. That rose gold is real pretty. You see that? These lamps the students have don't go all the way. Your hand can't go all the way in, just your 4 fingers. And everybody likes different things for different reasons, but I like when I can put my whole hand in. And these don't have timers, so I have a timer set, and so I'd really like for them to have some with the timer, because what seems like an eternity may be 10 seconds. Okay, so we're going to roll this. And let's see what we get. Okay. Because this is dark, and if y'all remember, I talked about how when it's really opaque and you can't see through it, the gel just does not cure all the way through, and it can be lumpy and damp, and then you're frustrated because you think you've done something wrong, when if you just knew that when it was really thick and non-transparent, the light just can't get through it. It can't reflect through it. So even though your system may say 2 coats, if you feel like it is opaque, meaning not transparent, you cannot see through it at all, or you just feel like it's gonna not cure like you need to, do 3 thin coats. Just do 3 thin coats. Isn't that a pretty color? Just do 3 thin coats. It's your nails, it's your clients. Your goal is for the product to just be beautiful in the end, and it to work. So I'm going to push that up. And we have, we have a little bit of color here on the side I need to take off. Here we go. I'm going to flash cure that for just about 3 or 4 seconds there. The light's over on the side, so you can't see it, but it is an LED light. It's a Cuccio LED light. And I'm just doing it so it won't run all the way through to the sides. That had a chunk in the bottle. That's kind of weird. First I thought it was during application, but it's not. So I am at the school, and they've got classes here at night, but I'm just trying to get this demo done so that in the morning when the students come, I've got what I need for them to see. I haven't had a whole lot of time to do my nails with closing my shop to teach full-time. I am going to try to get a temporary space because I do want to do some apprentice work, let my students do some apprentice work so they're ready for the salon when they go. And when I say that, we're not an apprentice state here in South Carolina, but that's for when they've got their license, you know, when they're in between. I don't know if you've been to nail school and you've heard them say, just get your license, get what you need. While you're in school, you'll learn everything when you get out. Well, I really like my students to be able to go into a salon and feel confident. So if they can work in a space with me, as an apprentice, they would get paid and all that. But the thing is, they could carry their clients with them. They'd have a little bit of a clientele. I don't know if you are a new nail tech or if you've been out there in the world of trying to start out and you go into a salon, and I tell my students that just because somebody's an adult does not mean they're going to act like an adult. Not pointing fingers at anyone, but when the students get out there and the salon owner wants them to pay full booth rent and they have no clients and they don't know what to do, maybe they don't have the encouragement, you know, to follow through because they're like, I don't have the $100 rent and I don't have any clients, so I'm just going to go get a job somewhere else, which completely defeats the purpose of having a creative job that you love and enjoy and you've gotten trained in and gotten licensed in. So want them to have an extra space that they can learn in and go into a place which will benefit the owners of the salon to say, this is where I got licensed, this is where I've apprenticed, this is what I know to do. And then when they get in that salon, they know what's ethical, what they should expect from a salon owner. Or maybe they work with me a little bit and then they want to get out there and open their own little space or suite, which is totally doable. Totally doable. Which makes me very happy because I've always been one to say there's enough business for everyone. Made a little bit of a mess right here, y'all. That's what I get for trying to hurry home. But I hated to do this at home and not have everything. See that little wrinkle there? It's probably because that first coat's not as dry as it should have been. I am rushing it, and I'm kind of guessing on the time, which is a no-no. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. So I'm trying to, I guess I could look at the timer here where I'm doing nails and see what it's giving me. So tell me, have you ever used foil? Are you a new nail tech? Are you a beginner? Have you completed? Are you just starting out? Do you do it for fun or a hobby? I've got some really phenomenal girls in my class that are really going to put out some really great work. They feel pretty good about it, but they have no clue what they're in for. The sky's the limit when it comes to that. So I'm still underneath this light, y'all. Trying to make sure I don't make a big hot mess out of it. But that's kind of what happens when you don't have a timer. Okay, now I think I'm done with that. My light, I do 30 seconds, but I just don't know how long. I think this is a pretty new light, but anyway, I was going to do both hands, but I'm going to do the other hand off screen because this is already becoming a long video. But I wanted to show you right quick, the different foils come in different ways. So when they're packaged different or inside they look different, don't get totally freaked out, okay? There's the red, and it's in little teeny pieces. Got that from Amazon. That's like enough for a lot of nails. And so the gold is, as you can see, it's a big piece. So Don't look at it and say, oh my gosh, they've given me the wrong thing. That's not the same as the red. It's just different. Okay, see, look at there. Okay, and I'm not sure. I think the silver is kind of the same way as the gold. But that's a lot. That can go a long ways. And see, that's a piece. I would like them to be a little more shredded, but maybe I can do that. Anyway, that's a good size product there. And so on top of the red, see how easy? You can't even really feel it. It's so transparent. So, not transparent. It's so thin. So, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my red here. I like to use my finger because if you've used any kind of gel polish, it's a little tacky. So, I'll take my finger right here and I'll touch the foil. It kind of sticks to my finger. Well, it is going to prove me wrong today. You see, it kind of sticks to my finger. So I'm going to put it on there. See how pretty that looks? Rather easy. And because the nail is tacky, it sticks to it really quick because it's very thin. So I'm also going to put some silver right there. Ooh, that's a little big. Silver right there. And then that gold. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to put a little bit on that one. Just going to kind of press them down. That gel, even though it's cured, stays kind of tacky. So I'm going over that one a little bit. I'm sorry I mumble sometimes, y'all. That doesn't sound very good. You probably can't hear me very well. I need to get my microphone, my snowball microphone out. Okay, so I'm going to break this up a little bit. Try to break this up. Okay, and so there's a little piece of silver there. You can go there quickly. I want to have a little more red on it, though. I really like the red. The red, I don't know, I'm aging myself here. The red just really reminds me of a red ornament from when I was a little girl. And it was very popular at my shop at Christmas. That's pretty, those two. I think I'm going to leave the other ones with none on it. I may just put some red on it. I may not have a choice because I don't think that gold's going anywhere. But just trying to make it work here. Okay, I'm going to do some red on all of them. I do like that red, and it's very subtle. I had a client last week on her that did a blue. She likes blue on her feet, and we did blue on her nails. And then she said, you know, I just really love that red at Christmas. Could you please do that on my nails in blue? So absolutely. Let's see how pretty that is. I really like that. I really like that, y'all. Okay. And so I'm not going to do the ending on camera. I may do a picture afterwards, or I had a long day teaching and doing some stuff here, and it's late at school. But I really wanted to get this video in because this is the module we're on right now. And I'm going to try to dab it like that. And I love the way this foil works. And I want to be able to show my students in the morning how that looks. And It's easier if I'm a visual person. If you can show me visually, it excites me to be able to see how things are done. Anyway, I'll do this off camera, but kind of looks like autumn leaves, doesn't it? Maybe this isn't the time of year to be doing that, but putting that right there. It's a nice different look. And even my conservative clients really like that look. Yeah, it's a pretty look. I know the females in my life, my daughter and my BFFs and all them are going to really like it. They're going to be glad I did my nails. So what do you think? What do you think? I used this foil, and this foil. And I used number 432 Dark Scarlet. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. And thanks for watching. Okay, y'all, I finished them. Hello, I got a little product on me. I've got to go home and clean up, but wanted to show you I did finish them. I would post a better picture tomorrow. I got a little stuff I got to clean up, but I need to hurry home. I've got company coming to visit, and yeah, they turned out really good. I like them, and it was really quick. Have a great night.